Hiya guys, welcome to part 2 of my Old West build. If you haven't saw part 1, I will be popping a link to that in the description, so you can head over there and watch that first if you like. But yeah, diving straight into this build now, and I am starting on what is going to be the schoolhouse. Just taking some wood flooring out there and putting that on the floor, and also some wood panelling for the walls too. Taking one of the chalkboards we got with Get Together. Yeah, the ones, I think it's supposed to be like the scoreboard for the darts. But yeah, I've took that and sized that up and used that as the chalkboard for the school. I just saw it had numbers on and childlike drawings, and I thought that fitted in with the theme best. Also popping some pictures around the walls, school themed like sort of pictures. Obviously we'll have the map there. And then also the eye examination posters, which I thought could be maybe some posters with like the alphabet on, or numbers, or just something school-like, like that, yeah. But also, what school would not be complete without tables and chairs? So I have put a load of tables and chairs in here. And also that bigger table is going to be the teacher's desk. Just put a couple of books on there, the quill, and a vase with some flowers in, which I thought maybe it could be what one of the children had picked for the teacher. And yeah, also popped some books on all the children's desks and some more books everywhere. Yeah, I put some more books on the shelves I've placed there under the chalkboard too. Now just going and doing the lighting in there, which later on off video I have to change up again as I realise there is a ceiling light just in mid-air. I don't know why. I think I'm building Hogwarts or something here. But yeah. Now moving on to the train station, and I'm trying to create the ticket office, the ticket area. And I realised the area I was trying to place this was really quite small, so none of the like larger tables or the kitchen counters were really working in this area. So I've just had to try and recreate a front desk with the kitchen like wall cabinets, because they are a lot slimmer than the base cabinets. But yeah, taking one of the shelves too and placing that there to try and create my own little desk area there. And also one of the narrow tables in the back, some shelves on the wall, and some filing cabinets. And also the little table I've placed under the narrow table, I thought sort of resembled like a safe or something like that, so that's what that is there for. And other various bits and bobs about the place. Yeah, the card holders I had in mind putting them there as like the train tickets, but yeah, placing some seating in there too, so we'll have a little waiting area. And just putting some plants around the place, brighten it up, make it look nice, and a rug there. And also them menu wall box things that we got with Dine Out, I've just placed them on the inside and the outside of the train station there. Just thought that there could be like train timetables or something like that. But yeah, now I'm moving on to the general store, and when I was looking at pictures for like old western general stores, they all seem to be like really crammed to the rafters with just everything, food, furniture, like homewares, just everything, just really jam-packed. So if you don't like overcluttered rooms, then you're probably really going to dislike this room. But yeah, I've just took it off pictures that I searched on Google, so I don't know if like a general store would have looked like this, but yeah, I've just tried to recreate like something similar to pictures I had saw on Google. But you can't always trust Google though, because like you type in old western general store and it starts bringing pictures up of like IKEA, and I'm like, what? No, Google, no. But yeah, I've tried my best. But yeah, I was just creating the like service desks area, trying to create like a glass cabinet glass, what's it called, man? You know what I mean. Hopefully. I don't even know what I mean. No, but I was just taking the glass cabinet with the legs, but I didn't want the legs showing, so I've made a basement and popped it in the basement and then raised it up so like the glass part of it would be showing on the ground level at least, and then took one of the glass tables and popped that over there just because it had like the wooden legs and the wood around the edges, just so we could have the wooden edges around that glass cabinet there. But yeah, and behind there I've created a little shelf area, which is where all the food, well, mainly all the food is going to be. We've got some pans in there too, and also some wine on the side there as well. Just anything food like that I could find in the objects I have placed there. So we have like all the glass jars that we got in Dine Out. I think they're like jars of olives and chilies or something like that. Don't know if they would have sold much of them in the Old West time, but yeah, just any food I could find, not just being shoved in there. We also have the pumpkins there as well, and then yeah, there seemed to be like in the pictures of general stores that I had saw they just sold like everything home wise. So we have loads of furniture there too, and loads of homewares, and just yeah, like I said, it was like really over full with just a load of crap. So that's what I've tried to recreate, which wasn't a hard thing to recreate. You just find loads of objects and just ram it in there till it's fit the bursting point, and then you're done. But yeah, what else do I do? Yeah, we'll get a load of furniture in there too, and I also popped a little table on the outside with a few things in just to showcase like what the general store is like selling. And I also put some pictures on the walls and various other things on the walls. I think we have bookshelf, some mirrors and other things like that. Also get some rugs out, put them around the floor, and yeah, I spend a hell of a lot of time in this general store, because even the shelves, I do end up going back to them and putting more shelves in and more other little bits and bobs on there. I go into the debug items and use a lot of them in the shelf area too. But yeah, spend way too much time in here. More time than I should have done. But yeah, the next building along from this, I missed that one out and go on to the building after that, because I just was unsure what to put in that other building next door to this. But I eventually thought of just popping an office in there, and then on the first floor just making a little apartment. But then the end building as well, we'll have the bank, which is the build I go on to next, which I'm quite proud of in the bank, the little sort of like service area in the bank that I've created, which is quite nice, which hopefully I'll be finished in the general store soon and you can see that. But here I am now, like I said, going back to the shelves and placing more various bits and bobs on, because I didn't think I had packed it enough, obviously. But yeah, all the little boxes I found there were from the new backyard stuff pack. They were like little bird seed boxes, but you can't really see them when they're in the shelves. So I thought I'll just like pop them in a row, and they can just be like boxes of food or what have you. But yeah, it should be coming to the finish of the general store now, I think, because I'm placing the rugs. Yeah, and just onto the outside bit, like I said, popping various bits and bobs out on a table outside there, just to showcase what the shop's sort of like selling, and also get some signs and pop them outside. I just thought there could be like price signs and things like that. So yeah, and I'm eventually going to make a start on the bank once I've just popped the lights in the general store here. But yeah, I really like the bank. So right now I'm just trying to make a little back room, and then also the cashier area, which when I was looking at pictures, there was sort of like the cashier area was fenced off with sort of like wood paneling, and then like metal railings for the little booth where you'd go up and like talk to the cashier and what have you. So yeah, I've just tried to recreate that by using some of the half walls there. Also taking the metal gates and just raising them up and placing them, which I had a lot of trouble trying to get gates to fit, so I do mess about with them quite a bit, but it was worth it in the end. It looks really nice. And yeah, so just for the entrance area, I pop a few chairs around the place and some tables. And also I found a bag of money in the objects, which the bag does look quite modern, but there wasn't a whole lot of like bank-like objects, so I do use the money bag, and also find some gold bars and I use them as well. I just stick a load of like gold bars in the money bags like all around behind the cashier ball, but as I know they probably wouldn't have had gold bars and bags of money lying all around the place in a bank, you know. It's just screaming out, rob me. But it was just so you know that like you can walk in here, you can say money lying about, and you know like that's a bank. But yeah, so I'm just working on the cashier area here, just using some desks and putting other just various bits and bobs out that I thought might have been behind the cashier desks. Obviously there I'm putting the gold bars out there too. And yeah, in the little room that I've got there as well, I was sort of, well, my idea with that was to use it as like a room where they would keep the money and things like that. I know it was probably more unlikely maybe it's being kept in a vault of some sort, something like that maybe, but yeah, I just thought I'd make a little room for that and pop like various bits and bobs that I found, and yeah, pop them in there. So we've just gone with some of the filing cabinets, obviously some chests there as well I'm putting in, and that little table there that I've raised up, like I said in the train station where I used that too. I just thought it looked like a safe, just the markings on the front of it, just in my mind it just seems a little bit like a safe, so that's what that's been popped in there for as well. Yeah, just popping some lights around the place and some things on the wall just to jazz it up a bit, make it less boring. And now I'm just writing the bank on the outside. I haven't kept the full video of me writing that on there, just I kept that in part one of this build, and I just thought it's a bit tedious and boring, so if you do want to go see that, you could go check that out in part one if you haven't already saw that. But yeah, now onto the building, where I just didn't have a clue what I wanted to put in here, but then I finally thought of putting an office in here. Don't know what the office is for, it's just an office for anything I suppose. But yeah, just popping some bookshelves along one of the walls there. Obviously I have popped a desk in there and a chair, putting some various little things on a desk, letters, and also get a little lamp out and pop that on there. And I've also put the drawers on the side there, you can see, and just some plants around the place, some pictures on the walls. Also get some more little chairs out and pop one in front of the desk and just one off to the side. I was going to put them both in front of the desk, but I didn't like the way that looked, so I just popped one off to the side. But yeah, moving on to the first floor of the building, and I decided just to make a little apartment in here. Nothing too much, no like rooms to it or anything, it's just a one room apartment. yeah, just popping in a kitchen now. We also get in a double bed and a little sort of sitting area, living room area. I also get a table and chairs in here too, putting in a bookshelf there, and I just trying to make it look quite old and just like everything's like mismatched and like, well, old really. But yeah, just going around popping some things on the walls, then decorative plates there, and other various bits and bobs. And then later on, I go to make some outdoor toilets and realise that there is no sinks anywhere on the build, and which really isn't very good. So I do end up coming back to this room and putting a sink in the kitchen area. But yeah, after this I move on to 2 outdoor toilets. I do one behind the drugstore and also do one at the side of the jail, which after I had finished recording, I did end up moving it to the opposite side of the jail. You don't get to see that in the videos, but you get to see that in the screenshots. But they are coming up very soon, so I'm going to leave it here. And yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Bye.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We got nothing to be scared of. I'd rather be with you than by myself. Now all is in your hands. When I was young, I thought control would lead me to an ending road, and heavy looking up at a tree, I remember how it started. I was lost in a dream when the fire in my heart said an open rose. I've already found sunlight, the feeling grows, and anything sounds alright. I'm breaking loose, living in the moment in my own